Hey, how's it going? It's Devin, Devin's Card House. I'm here to talk to you today about sorcery. Like I said, look at me keeping my promises here after a whole 2 days. I said I was going to make it yesterday, and I'm making it today. So it's kind of like I continued the promise because yesterday I said I was going to make the video today. So here we go. And then, so I'm keeping my promise here today to make a sorcery video. And what is this sorcery video about? It's about the biggest topic that everybody in sorcery has the question about. It's what's up with the release schedule. Is it too little? I was going to say, is it too much? Is it too little? And it's only one way really here. Is it too little? Is it not enough? Beta sorcery got released around September, if I recall, because I started my channel in September, and the beta release was just a little bit after that, so maybe it was October. So it hasn't been too long. It's been about what would it be, about 4 months, 5 months. We're encroaching on a half a year, I think. Is that it exactly? And we don't have an exact release date yet for Arthurian Legends, the next set that's coming out from Sorcery. But is it? I mean, are we going to hold over? So it's one thing for me to talk about this now, when we've only been 4 months into the beta release. But what about 6 months? What about 8 months? What about 10 months? What about, is it going to be enough to hold over? So it's hard for me to say, because right now I'm going to feel one way versus maybe 6 months from now I might feel a completely different way. So we're going to have to talk about what I imagine myself to feel 6 months from now, and then also how I'm feeling right now. But first I want to say, for me, it's a little bit different because I have a lot of things going on with card games, and sorcery is just one of the many things. Like, I kind of look at card games as if they were almost like video game releases. And how would you feel, I guess, if and we know this, games constantly get dogged on for having yearly releases. Like, you have a Call of Duty that comes out once a year, and everyone's like, oh my God, the Call of Duty, they just can't, Madden, every year. Well, the sports games kind of make a little more sense, or whatever. Another Pokemon game, and nothing has changed. They've just updated the skins a little bit. So, but that's not the case when it comes to these trading card games. It seems like each set has its own thing. So, what are the pros? What are the cons? Is it too little? Here's my thoughts. So, right now, like I said, I am in a lot of games, and I'm not a fanboy for just one game. And it's crazy to me how people, just like I'm talking about video games, and there are people who just play one video game. That's it. They play, EverQuest. I actually brought this up with Simon. I will say this, and I know I didn't get his permission to say this, but he said he played a lot of EverQuest, or at least he was into EverQuest at some point. So I'm sorry for spilling the beans on you there, Simon, if you ever watch this. But he said he played. He was a super gamer into that. So, and some people are like that. Some people just play World of Warcraft, or they're just into one. I know I played Destiny really hardcore for a while, but I think most gamers, most people, they play lots of games. I don't think most people call themselves a gamer. I think they talk about that in regards to lots of games, not just one specific game. And when it comes to trading card games, I feel like a lot of people get in the fanboy level where it's just like, my trading card game's the best trading card game, and no other game is good at it. I don't, and they'll come onto my page and talk shit about other games because they're just in love. My friends, they've all turned into sorcery fanboys. That's the one game for them. They all love sorcery. They talk shit about every other game, no, they don't. They like Magic still. They don't talk shit as like I do about Magic, but they all love sorcery. They're a bunch of sorcery fanboys. And then there's tons of Magic fanboys and people who hate on different games they've never played, games they've never tried, but just because it's not the game that they identify with, they got to talk shit about it. So I feel like for a lot of people, if you're just into sorcery, if this is all you're into, and you're into it hardcore, I know, I've only played the game in person with my friends, and so that means I've only gotten together to play sorcery since it's come out 4 times. I'm not on Tabletop Simulator. I'm not, I did go to that tournament last week, but I'm not, I don't have the time to play all the time. So when I get together with my friends, I'm still learning new things. I'm still discovering new things about the game. The game is brand new to me. And I wonder if we took the whole group of sorcery players, how many of them are those hardcore Tabletop Simulator at the game shop every week playing with their friends, and how many people are just like me, just playing it when they can, because I feel like if you really dived into this game and you were hardcore into it, I could imagine hitting a point where you're just like, okay, I've done everything I needed to do here. I have learned everything I've needed to learn. I need something new, and so I could imagine being into it hardcore. You're gonna hit that wall at some point. Maybe some people have already hit that wall, but I personally don't think if we're 4 months into this and you are bored with Sorcery, then I think that's kind of on you. That's a little bit on you for just going all in on one game. I feel like you should probably broaden your horizons a little bit, slow down, or if you're super into it like that, then at least you're probably really good at the game, so you can have that to go on. Like for me, if I have to go having these yearly releases once a year versus these quarterly, let's put on Magic the Gathering releases where we have the six tentpole releases per year, along with the weekly secret layers that we're getting, along with the commander decks, along with all the products, the cards that they're coming out. It's oh my God, it's so nice to have a game like Sorcery that it's just simmering. It's just out there. And the set, I think it had like 400 cards or something like that. There's so much to discover in Sorcery to get in there like a game and enjoy it. Like I implore you to think about this more like a video game. Would you be bitching, like I said, if you had an update or the next Grand Theft Auto came out? They have updates and stuff like that, but here's what I'm saying, like yearly releases of video games are usually looked down upon. And I know like with trading card games, it's a little different. Of course it's a little different, but do we need that 6 times a year for a big release? And then no, not at all. My thought, how I think this for me is perfect right now. But here's that could change. We could get to month 8, and I'm going to be like, oh my God, like this is so boring. We need something more. Or this could happen. We could get to month 8, and all these spoilers are coming out. Everyone's talking about Arthurian Legends, and then it could be this huge event. I imagine, just for me and my friends who are all into Sorcery right now, I imagine when Arthurian Legends comes out, it'll be a big, I'm not going to I'm trying not to cuss anymore. A big freaking deal, okay? It's going to be a big freaking deal. I would imagine we take a day off, all get together and open boxes and create decks. Like, I imagine for me and my friends that when the next set comes out, we're going to really care about it. And you know what? That means more to me than all this bullshit coming out from other games who just can't help themselves but release all these releases. So, that being said, I do think, just to me imagining, I don't really know at this point like how a year's going to feel, but I can imagine getting to month 8 or something. It might be good to give people like a tease or a hint of what's going on. And I think a great idea would be to like release like a product that's kind of a precursor to the next set, something like this. And this is just me like spinning off the top of my head, but like what if we had like a dual decks with new art, but then it also included some of the cards from Arthurian Legends, so you could get like an idea of what's going to happen in that set. I almost think that maybe not having one release per year, like having that the tentpole release where everyone's, this year is the year of beta, or this is the year of beta. It's the first chapter of Sorcery. The next year is the year of Arthurian Legends. I like that. That sounds cool to me. This is a whole year that we really get to get in and like discover this game and learn to love it. But then I feel like having like something like another supplementary product, maybe months into it, would be better. Because I've heard people talk, and I've considered it too. Like, what if there was 2 releases a year? 2 releases a year? That could be enough to satisfy everybody. That sounds cool to me. It gives enough people enough time. So that sounds cool to me. But I do like the idea of having a full year to really like, this is the year of our Arthurian Legends. Sounds cool to me. And then, but I think, yeah, having like an additional product that kind of holds people over, gets people excited for the next set, but it's not like the next set. It's like a cool, but it's up to the game designers or something. It's like some sort of specialty set that really like gets people excited for the next set. That would be cool, and like kind of gear it towards towards the end of the year prior, so that people can get that hype up, and then you want to hit maximum hype. That's what I feel like Eric's Curiosa and the team needs to do, is just do whatever it takes to get maximum hype. And here's the deal: as we get into this year, we'll all know once we get around month 8. That's when we'll really know. Month 10, I feel like month 10 is going to be like, oh my God, or it being a couple months away from the next set release. I think everyone's going to be okay by that point, but it's that middle point where we are. And right now we're around month 4, and month 4, I can say I'm good. I'm good on month 4. I feel good right now, and I'm excited, but you know, I'm going to feel 4 months from now. It might be a completely different story. So maybe I'll get back in here and change my mind. But right now I kind of like the yearly idea, but it would be cool to have something to look forward to, but I almost feel like I'd rather it not be the set, because I like having the year of something, like, and we can go back and look at, like, that was the year that set came out. That was the year that set came out. I kind of like that. But, you know, I also have all these other card games and bullshit that I'm into, so I'm not just into Sorcery. So that's also helping me hold everything over. So I hope that gives you an idea of how I feel. And please let me know how you feel in the comments. Is it not enough? Are we not getting enough Sorcery? Please tell me. I'd like to know what your thoughts. If you like the idea of a supplemental product, if you think 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets, 6 sets, don't do that. Let's not turn into magic, okay? Let's not do that. Anyways, so that's it for me. That's my thoughts on it. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I want to say thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my viewers and my subscribers. Thank you for just watching this and hanging out with me. Act like an idiot. That's always fun. So I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon, okay? I'll talk to you tomorrow. What am I talking about tomorrow? I can make another Sorcery video. I can do 2 in a row, right? There's no reason not to. I mean, I could do it, but we'll see. You'll know tomorrow what I'm talking about. Anyways, y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.
Governor Jesse Ventura, to send you, Devin, a little bit of a message, my friend. You need to quit slacking. You, I heard lately, have been skipping your workouts. What's going on, my man? You want to turn into a little fat porker?